60,000 people. Take a second to really wrap your head around that number. That's how many people are currently under emergency evacuation orders right now in Spokane, Washington. It's a massive, rapidly unfolding crisis, and it really sets an urgent tone for a high-stakes day.
Welcome to today's Explainer. We've got a breakneck pace today to match a truly wild 24 hours of record-breaking news. We're covering everything from volatile global conflicts and massive tech earnings to some pretty mind-blowing health breakthroughs. Okay, let's dive right into this.
Section 1. World and Nation, Global and Domestic.
Jumping back to that critical situation in Spokane, over 8,000 acres and at least 600 structures have already been completely destroyed by these wildfires. There's zero containment as we speak. An arson suspect has been arrested, and Governor Bob Ferguson just declared a statewide emergency.
And honestly, that intense domestic situation perfectly mirrors the extremes we're seeing across politics and global conflicts today. Here at home, all eyes are locked on the Michigan primary. It's a major bellwether Senate race between Abdu El-Said and Haley Stevens. Meanwhile, a massive coalition of 25 Democrat-led states is actually suing the Trump administration over tariffs and Medicaid work requirements. And looking globally, it's just as volatile. Mediators are inching closer to a critical trade corridor deal in the Strait of Hormuz, and that's despite a brand new projectile strike on a commercial vessel today. Plus, we're still seeing those deadly cross-border drone strikes continuing to escalate between Russia and Ukraine.
Section 2. Tech and Markets, Wall Street Waves.
All right, shifting gears to the financial sector, and wow, the sheer scale of these Q2 earnings is just massive. Check out Palantir. Their U.S. commercial revenue absolutely skyrocketed by 149%. That kind of growth drove a massive 29% jump in their stock. AMD is right there with them, posting a record $11.54 billion in revenue, which was fueled almost entirely by their data center sales completely doubling. And then there's SpaceX. They just made their public debut, pulled in $7.81 billion, and easily crushed Wall Street estimates.
But you've got to look under the hood at the divisions inside SpaceX. It's a fascinating tale of two vastly different units. While their Starlink segment is a total cash cow, generating a massive $1.66 billion in operating profit, their brand new AI unit is burning through cash with a staggering $1.26 billion loss. That heavy capital expenditure? That's exactly why their shares actually slipped a bit after hours.
Looking at the broader market, Amazon just closed above a $3 trillion market cap for the literal first time ever. That milestone helped drag both the Dow and the S&P 500 to fresh record closes. But here's the critical takeaway you really need to pay attention to: defense. U.S. and allied stockpiles are seriously struggling to keep pace. Russia and Iran are firing off ballistic missiles at a rate that's creating a severe deficit in Patriot interceptor production. The defense supply chain is stretched to its absolute breaking point across multiple active fronts right now.
Section 3. Science and Health, Longevity Breakthroughs.
Take a deep breath, because we're pivoting to some incredible health news. The crucial thing to know here is this term, p-tau 217. A massive international study just found that this specific blood biomarker could reliably flag cognitively healthy adults who are at an elevated risk for Alzheimer's, literally years before any symptoms even show up. Combine that with some wild new research showing that superagers, those are adults over 80 with exceptional memories, have these active biological protections. What this means is researchers believe we are looking at a crucial, years-long window where we can proactively intervene and protect the brain.
And this next update, it might totally catch you off guard. A sweeping review of 350 different studies is directly challenging the current obsession with high-protein diets. It turns out that eating less protein actually reduces cellular inflammation and activates longevity metabolic pathways. So, in simple terms, dialing back the protein might actually promote significantly healthier aging and potentially buy you a longer lifespan. Crazy, right?
Section 4. The Week Ahead, Upcoming Catalysts.
Let's move to the timeline and see how all this builds for the rest of the week. Wednesday, we've got Disney's Q3 earnings dropping, and everyone is going to be hyper-focused on their streaming margins and summer park numbers. Then Thursday is primed for some immense market volatility with the SpaceX insider lockup expiration. We're talking up to 911 million shares suddenly becoming eligible for sale. And then the grand finale on Friday, the highly anticipated July jobs report.
Which brings us to one massive looming question. Will Friday's jobs report officially lock in a September Federal Reserve rate cut? Think about it. As global conflicts are straining our defense resources, tech earnings are breaking new records, and newly public giants like SpaceX face their first major market tests,
that employment data on Friday might just be the exact puzzle piece that dictates the Fed's next move. It's a wildly complex puzzle we're watching unfold. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer today. Keep all these moving parts in mind as the week rolls on, and as always, stay curious.